Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, Zach the Kid Dubnoff. I'm here before my pro debut, about to go on my boys at Combat Insider. Stay tuned. Coming up.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Combat Insiders. Nick Portella, solo mission today with what I'm told is the next big thing in boxing. Zach Dubnoff. Zach, how are you, buddy?
Good, Nick. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. First, man, I know you got a fight coming up, so thanks for kind of taking some time out. I know your schedule's wild to come on.
Problem.
So I won't keep you long. But before we get into the fight stuff, I know we've talked about this before. Tell me what your average day is. I laugh, but it's not funny.
Nah, it's definitely tough. So I mean, just in a nutshell, I'm a full-time electrician. I'm a full-time father. I'm a full-time husband, and I'm a full-time fighter. So it usually starts. I'm usually out of bed 4:30, 4:40 max, and it starts on the road. You know, every great fighter, they say they're in shape, but you got to be in fighting shape. And with my coach Luisa, it starts on the road. When I told him I wanted to get in the ring, he said, "Well, go run 5 miles, and then we'll talk in a week." So I run every day, anywhere between 4 to 5 miles. I actually cut that back now with the fight coming up soon. I'm really more focused on weight right now as far as my running goes in the morning. But I'll go out for a hard 4-mile run, come back, hit the showers. My wife will be already in the shower. We'll get the baby ready to go to daycare. We take one car, drop the baby. I work 7 to 4. I'm back in the gym at night. You know, come back home. I don't get in until about 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it's wild. Hey, you should shout your wife out because I know she.
100%.
I know she supports everything. We've had this conversation.
Definitely.
So, man, yeah, shout her out on the video. She deserves
it. Of course. My wife Tara. Without my wife Tara, none of this is possible. I mean, hands down. There's a lot of people people say boxing is a lonely sport, and I just don't see how that's even possible because I have such a great team of people behind me that are rooting for me and pushing me and driving me. That my wife is for sure number one, though. I mean, without her, look, she meal preps for me. I mean, just the laundry alone. You know, I run in one set of clothes. I go to work in another, and you know, I train in another, and I go to sleep in another. It's just everything that she does to keep this household together that I'm sitting in right now. Take care of our son. Take care of me. Without her, none of this is possible.
All right, shout out to Tara, making it happen. Definitely. So as an amateur, you were 4-1.
Right.
How did you know? Like, what clicked when you knew it was time? Like, all right, it's time to go to the professional level.
Actually, it was Lou. One day we were in the gym. It was before we went into the Diamond Gloves, so we were 3-0 going into the Diamond Gloves. And Lou just said, "I'm on the double M bag at the end of my workout." He goes, "How would you like your first pro fight to be at the Prudential Center?" I said, "What?" I said, "I didn't know we were going to get there that quick." He said, "Look, kid, you're going to be 30 years old. There's no sense to put you through 50 fights in the amateurs. Let's build you as a pro now. We can learn as we go a little bit." And that was that. I came off. I had a hard fight, first fight in the Diamond Gloves. I mean, you guys know how the amateurs are. There's no style. There's nothing. You just get in there and they're swinging for the fences. You know, especially in like the novice division. So we actually came away with a split decision on our first fight in the Diamond Gloves. And then our second fight, I don't say that I lost. I said that I learned. I don't believe that you lose in boxing. I believe that you learn from it. And I came out of the ring, and Lou said, "I hope you're ready. Hope you're ready to turn pro because that's where we're going." And that was it.
And that's just how it happened.
That's just how it happened. When that man speaks, you listen.
Yeah, you know what? I like Lou. Lou's good people. So you know what? I trust. He's got a lot of time in the game.
Absolutely.
So December 15th, TAC Promotions. December to remember. Fight Night 3, Vienna, Virginia. I got that all right.
Yes, sir.
Professional debut. Now, is there any extra nerves? I mean, you fight. You're a fighter. Is there any extra nerves because it's the pro debut, or is it business as usual?
Honestly, there's some nerves in there. I was just actually talking with my sparring partner. Big shout out to my boy Nate and his coach Bobby Guzman. He's an ex-pro. We were in the gym sparring last night, and Bobby's been a great help for me, and so is Nate throughout this process. And Bobby being at the pro level and Nate being brought up by somebody that was at the pro level, they're going to the Lomachenko fight on Saturday, and Nate said something that was great, and he just said, I don't care how many amateur fights you have. If Lomachenko had 300, he had to have some nerves going into that first pro fight. So,
right.
Somebody else also asked me at work. They said, "Are you scared?" It's not fear. It's just some butterflies, and as soon as that bell rings and that first punch lands, it's just you close everything out behind you. You might be physically right and your body's right. If your mind's not right, you're not there. So I'm focused in the next week and a half of just getting my mind right and just focusing on this fight.
I was going to ask you that. Most fighters actually, they verbatim. They get the butterflies, and soon as the cage shuts, the bell rings, and all that shit's out the door.
That's true.
Because now it's work.
Yeah. My wife tells me all the time, she's like, "Did you hear me screaming?"
No.
The only thing I heard was my heart pounding 1,000 miles a minute and my mouth getting dry and my 6'6" coach screaming in the corner, "Calm down."
It's nothing personal. I couldn't hear you, though.
Yeah, it's nothing personal, hon, but everyone's screaming and rooting for you, and all you see is you're focused on is your opponent ahead of you, and that's it.
So now your opponent ahead of you, Eric Palmieri, he's got 9 fights as a pro. How did you guys come to decide that would be? I mean, obviously you're not a dude that's looking for the easy win, so to come into a debut with a guy who's got 9 fights, that's kind of legit. How did you guys come to terms with that?
Honestly, I'm at all that stuff. I have a great team of guys that I'm working with right now. So Lou's kind of handling more of that managerial part since we got that pro card down in Trenton. Right. And my training is being more focused on now by his name's Amon Elliott. They call him Coach O. He just won New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame Trainer of the Year. So I'm really focused on training with him, and Lou's taking care of all that stuff. So Lou and the promoter Cedric, who was the matchmaker in TAC Promotions, I think there was 2 guys that was on their sheet, and I just think this guy was closer to my age, and that's what they went for. I think Lou's got a lot of faith in me. I believe O does too, and they see my work ethic in the gym, and they just feel that he's the right guy for me.
Now, I know O, like you said, was one Trainer of the Year, but Lou's also in the Boxing Hall of Fame, correct? New Jersey Hall of Fame. And I didn't want to leave out your last guy, not a Hall of Fame guy, but much credit, Joe Draws. He's your strength and conditioning coach?
Yes. How
long have you been with him?
So I've been with Joe probably, I would say about a year and a half, somewhere in that range. I actually met him through another guy and just stuck with him. His style and his technique of training, I mean, there's really like no weights involved, maybe a 20, 25-pound dumbbell, a lot of resistance bands. He's got some state-of-the-art equipment in his facility. It's a smaller place, really like a personal training facility.
Right.
And we just kill it, man. What's awesome, too, with Joe is I absolutely love about Joe. Not since it's been so cold lately, but he would get up and run with me 3-4 times a week. I mean, what coach are you going to find that's going to push you like that? You're running 4 miles, and this guy's right behind you screaming, "Let's go, move it, quicker, faster." He's right there sweating with you, grinding with you. And I just loved it. That's where we connected, right there.
Sounds like Apollo when he trained Rocky. But that's in the movies,
Yeah, well, that's another part of it. But when Lou took me down, when we got our pro card down in Trenton, he said, "We're going to go train by O's gym today." And I've met O several times before that at fights. And we had always talked about going down there to get some sparring, get some training, and get some work. But it was like walking, when Rocky's training for Clubber Lang in Rocky 3, Apollo takes him out of Philly, brings him to Cali to that gym in the hood. That's kind of what I felt like.
Where in Trenton, man? That's my neck of the woods.
No, I mean, we just went down to Trenton for just to the state building for my pro card.
Okay.
I'm actually training. I'm training at so O's gym is Strap City Boxing Club. Definitely give a huge shout out to Strap City Boxing Club and Coach O, and he's actually out at Nationals right now with his son and several members of the gym. He's got a great program over there. Cool. But we're training at a Somerset right now.
And that's the home gym. That's where I keep talking to you every night. You're like, "Oh, I ran late."
Yeah,
getting them rounds in.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely it. That's where I'm actually calling home now. It's a little far from home, but you're not going to get the work and the training and the experience that you're getting over there anywhere else around here. Lou, when we took that next step, that's when Lou looked at me and said, "All right, kid, if you want to go far, this is the guy we got to bring on our team." And I just the amount, just what I've learned in this 6-week camp with it's unbelievable. Just
worth the ride. It's worth your ride. Worth your trip.
boxing old school to the T. He calls himself the Wizard, and I believe every second of it. He told me straight up, we're going to win the fight with our feet, and that's it. He wants to take the fight to our feet, and we're going to win the fight with our feet.
There you go. Now, this fight, your debut was at middleweight.
But that's correct.
But you are able to fight at a couple different weights. Is middleweight where you're most comfortable, or is this just where it had to happen for the first one?
I just think this opponent was a little lighter than me.
Right.
The promoter asked Lou if I could take the fight at 64 plus 1. So we said yeah, because in the amateurs I fought at 165.
Right.
I want to see how I feel. I always felt comfortable, weighing in, coming in at like 64.8. I'm not going to, it's not a struggle for me, but I'm not over here eating whatever I want. I'm not like some of these kids in the amateurs that can just go out and eat smash burger the night before the fight.
And they're good to go.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, like, I'm naturally, I probably walk around at like 72, 73 right now. And then, I come down to 65 for the weigh-in. And then I think next fight moving forward, we'll take anywhere from 65 up, 65, 68. We'll take a catch weight at 72. I don't see a problem with that.
So now with everything else you got going on, the fight, the work, the house, the kids, you also have your brand, right? It's coming out.
Yeah.
Ready for war. I know you showed me like a sneak peek of a walkout shirt. I'm telling you, it's pretty legit. If you have one near you, throw it up, man. Let the people see it. Let them know where they can get it.
Actually, honestly, I don't even have it yet. The promos, the first generation, I would say, Ready for War is coming out. I won't have it until the 13th, unfortunately. I was trying.
That's okay.
I was trying to get it for tonight for this interview, but I did send you a sneak peek of the logos.
I did.
It's going to be a couple different variations that are going to come out first. We did just a generic tee for all my fans. Anybody that wants to support too. Anybody that's watching. We're going to have shirts for sale. We haven't come up with a price yet. That's more my wife's department. That's kind of how we wanted to do this branding thing.
Right.
Lou put it in my head because my wife went to FIT and I love clothes and love sneakers, and she's obviously went to school for design. So we want to run with it, man. I'm not the youngest in the game. I want to be in this game for a good 7 or 8 years, but I want to last in the game forever. Whether it's my clothing brand or if we go for what's going to be big in 2019 with Lewis and hopefully O jumps on board, is I want to start Ready for War promotions, Ready for War clothing. I mean, I just really wanted to take off, so that's where we are.
You guys definitely have a media outlet. I've already talked to Lou about this, so I'm on top of it. So
Cool.
that was just kind of a little collaboration, like a way for you to, when the actual boxing's done, you could still remain in the game.
You know what it is? You know what it is too? I love the brand. I just, one day it just clicked, and Lou's like, wow, that sounds really good. And then my wife being with FIT and everything, I didn't want to just come out in like your generic corner jacket or these leather vests that all these guys are wearing now. I said, I'm like a huge cut-off hoodie guy. I want my hood up like Tyson coming out. Let's make the brand. And so we went for it. And with the promotion thing with Lou, he's in the game so long. If anybody can make it happen and anybody's got the connections, it's that guy.
Right.
And maybe with all three of us collaborating together, we can maybe pick up some fighters. Like I know a lot of local guys from New Jersey that I'd love to try and help. Not even necessarily make money off their back, just help them get fights. Let's if you're 2-0 and you're 33 years old, let's try and get you some fights, man. Nobody's saying you're not dead. You're 33. You're probably in the peak shape of your life. Let's get you a fight. Let Ready for War help get you a fight. That's what I want to try and do.
Hey, people did good by you, so you kind of pass it on. All right, moment of truth, bro. Wait, what do we got?
Right here.
There we go.
You just snuck in real quick. Can you say
That's
hi?
all right. Keep him in the video.
Can you say hi? Can you say hi?
What's up, buddy?
He's a little shy right now. This is Zach Jr. He's already got his gloves, so he'll be debuting sometime in 15 years or so.
There you go. Ready for War Promotions.
That's it. Ready for War Promotions. He's spilling milk everywhere. Sorry.
Right.
Go ahead. Sorry about
that. All right, moment of truth. This isn't to stir the pot. If you had to put a prediction on your fight, how do you think you win? Obviously, you think you're winning. How do you think it's going to go down?
Training with O and everything, and Lou, sit back, relax. Third round stoppage is what I'm thinking of. I want to learn the fighter. I want to relax. I want to stay comfortable where I am. I wasn't able to find too much footage on Eric. The only thing I really did find was a first round knockout somebody had on him. So we kind of studied that a little bit. I sent it to O right away, and O's words were, overhand right should do it, and the body's an open bar. So that's what we're gonna stick to.
So now, obviously, you watch boxing when you have time.
Of course.
Did you happen? I have to ask because you're a boxer. Did you happen to watch Wilder Fury?
Yeah, of course I saw it.
All right, what do you think? Do you think that was kind of a bogus?
I mean, listen, from a boxing standpoint, Fury outboxed him all the way. But I think as boxing fans and fight fans, we all knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I kind of had this argument with Lou. I definitely feel Fury won the fight. Fury outboxed Deontay Wilder for, let's be generous and say, 9 rounds. Right?
That's what I had him winning 9 rounds.
Let's say Fury won 9 rounds. I just think as a spectator, not knowing boxing, you would say, well, what did Fury really do? He really didn't land any punishing punches. He just kept his jab in his face, what we're taught in the gym. Counter on that right hand, and somebody asked me earlier that day in the barbershop, they said, how do you beat Wilder? Sit back and counter his right hand. He's going to throw that right hand with everything he has and just stay there, pop, 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 and get out.
Yep.
But the only argument that I have with that, with the draw, I'm okay with the draw. I would have been unhappy if Wilder won, but I'm okay with the draw. The man had 2 vicious knockdowns. I mean, it's hard to take a belt away from somebody that knocked this guy down 2 times in the fight. And Fury just sat back and won every round with his jab. So I see where they came from. It's bad for boxing, but at the same time, I guess for a spectator that doesn't know boxing, I don't know, man.
Plus, do you know how much money there is in the rematch?
It's insane.
Yeah,
One day, if I ever get a fight like that.
You want to know what my favorite part was? It was actually the second knockdown when my man literally came back from the dead.
That was wild, man.
I don't know.
You know what, too? It was upsetting me. I don't know if you saw, there's a lot of controversy saying that Fury took longer than 10 seconds to get up. And that's just, that ref gave him every chance in the world. That's what you want. As a fighter, you go 12 rounds. You're in this war for 12 rounds. And that
give me a chance to get up.
He gave that guy every chance he had to get up. He gave the fans what they wanted to see. And honestly, I never care. I don't care for either fighter.
Right.
But I did see something today on social media that it was kind of touching. I really liked it. Fury donated his $20 million purse.
Yeah,
to,
all of it.
I think he donated to some sort of charity to do with mental health.
Yeah.
And that's just,
gotta respect it,
bro. That man he went from being a 1 in my book to a 15 out of 10. He blew the 10 out of the water now. So God bless him. I think that's great. He's gonna do what he knows how to do best and try and help others. What more can you ask of him?
Now, just to confirm, because you would know this more than I would, if you were to get knocked down, doesn't the outside judge start the count and he tells the in-ring judge where to start his count?
Yes. That's how I believed it. That's the way I saw it in the amateurs. That's the way I always see it on TV.
Okay,
But I did see something, Ricky. So I was not a big, Ricky Hatton fan, but I was a big Hatton Mayweather and Ward Gotti guy. So I just liked those wars. I thought they were good fights. Ricky Hatton came out and said, which I do believe is in the rules, and Lou, and you watch this, don't get mad at me. I want you to look this up. I believe the count doesn't start from Ricky Hatton's mouth until the opponent is in the neutral corner.
I believe that's true, though, because that's why, do you notice they'll send them to the corner?
Correct.
And unless they go, because Wilder didn't go right to the corner.
Correct. So the referee, Wilder was showboating for the knockdown. He might have gave Fury an extra 3 seconds, and maybe that's where people were coming from. I don't know. Listen, I don't care what it was. That man ate a right hand, left hook. That should have. Any other boxer in the game is out. I don't know if Joshua was getting up from that one. Not in the 12th round. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, I give the guy all the credit in the world.
Of course.
But actually, what I want to do, I want to give you a minute. I know you thanked your wife and Lou and O and all the people, but any other shout outs you have, and also tell people, fans, people just getting into it, people are going to, follow after the interview, the best way they could keep up with you on social media.
Well, I was never a huge social media guy until boxing. So my wife I'm smiling because my wife kind of got me going with social media. But you can follow me. You can just search my full name on Instagram. Obviously, I'm not private or anything like that, and you can keep up with us there. I'm actually working with a guy right now who's working with my social media. He's helping gain me followers and put me out there. We're gonna do our first after this bout. I'm gonna roll a lot of tape. Before the fight, at the weigh-in, in the locker room, everything like that, to try and put together some promotional stuff. We're going to start a page for Ready for War. Hopefully we get some cool stuff going there. And that's how you can find me on social media, unless you need an outlet put in or a hi-hat put in.
Hey, man, when you're all done getting this W, I'm going to come down to the gym. We'll get some rounds in.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Me and you, buddy.
As many as you want.
I don't know about as many as I want. Like 2 would probably be okay. Not
Lou,
like that.
Lou prides himself on being in shape, man. So if you're going to go in there, I'm ready to go. As many as you need.
Well, there you go. Well, listen, for me, I got to thank you, Zach, for coming on. Again, when it's so close to the fight, it's always cool when you guys cut out a little time, especially with your ridiculous schedule. Have to shout out our sponsor, Jab Apparel. Check them out at jabapparel.com, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, I got a couple shout-outs. First shout-out, this wouldn't be possible right now without Chris Sella. Chris Sella was real tight with Lou. They contacted me. He did a little article on me, and that was really cool. I hope he gets back in the ring soon. He's a great fighter, great guy. And I want to shout out, obviously, my beautiful wife, Tara, my son, Junior. Without them, it's not possible. And then all the other small people that are involved, my mother, my father, my brother, his girlfriend, my mother-in-law, Chris, my boss, Mike, let me come into work 8 o'clock some days. He knows I got to get my training in. He's actually helping me with the Ready for War with all the shirts. His sister's a screen printer and everything. Joe Draz, Amon Elliott, Kashad Elliott for the spar. My boy Nate, Bobby Guzman, just everybody that's coming along on this journey with me. I promise everybody, when I go, I'm going to get this W, and I will not forget anybody on this ride. Everybody's coming with me.
Hey, and you better screen print and save one. I'm in. I'm getting one.
Of course, my man.
Soon as they get up for sale.
Of course.
I'm there.
You got it, bro.
That's it for me. For Zach, again, pleasure having him on. That's all for Combat Insiders.